you wake up with a knot in your stomach. Another day, another wave of unexplainable anxiety. You've tried the breathing apps, the expensive therapy, the main character energy rituals, but the glitch in your system remains. What if I told you the panic attack you had at 2 a.m. didn't start in your head? It started on your plate. Welcome to the meat matrix. We live in a world obsessed with vibe checks and energy work. Yet we ignore the most violent download of all. When an animal spends its final moments in absolute terror, its body isn't just producing meat, nurtured by adrenaline and cortisol. It's printing a biological record of fear. A high-octane frequency of death, encoded into every fiber of that steak. When you consume it, you aren't just eating protein. You are installing a legacy of trauma into your own DNA. You are literally ingesting the vibration of a creature that died screaming, then wondering why your own mind feels like a horror movie. We are a generation of healers, eating the frequency of the graveyard. The industry calls it processed food. Ancient wisdom calls it karmic debt. But in the world of quantum biology, it's simply a corrupted file being uploaded to your subconscious. Today, we're going to debug the system. We're going to expose why your diet is the ultimate silent scriptwriter of your destiny. And by the end of this, you'll never look at a supermarket the same way again. I get it. I've been there staring at a screen until 4 a.m., scrolling through endless reels of perfect lives, while feeling like my own soul was running on a low battery warning. I remember sitting in a small room in Vietnam, trying to meditate, trying to find that Zen everyone talks about, only to realize my mind was a chaotic mess of Netflix plots and social media noise. But here's the glitch. I was trying to find peace while fueled by the frequency of panic. Think about your smartphone. You wouldn't install a virus-laden app and expect your phone to run faster, right? Yet, we do this with our bodies every single day. We spend $15 on a green juice to detox, then head straight to a drive, through to ingest a sandwich made of pure, unadulterated stress. It's like trying to watch a 4K movie on a shattered screen. You can see the light, but the picture is distorted. For years, I struggled to understand why my anxiety wouldn't leave, even when I was doing everything right. I realized I was part of a generation that treats the body like a trash can and expects the mind to be a cathedral. The American dream has become a high-speed chase where the fuel is recycled suffering. We are conditioned to think that hunger is just a physical craving, but in reality, it's often an emotional void we're trying to fill with the energy of another being's nightmare. You aren't just scrolling through TikTok. You are scrolling through a life that has been disconnected from the source. And that burger? It's not just lunch. It's a contract you signed with the Matrix without reading the fine print. Think of your body as a biological supercomputer. Your DNA is the hardware, and your consciousness is the OS. Now imagine trying to run a high-vibration spiritual program like Inner Peace while your hard drive is cluttered with terror.exe. In the Buddhist tradition, we call this S-Omicron S-A letter 1E 4-5 kh omicron are a comma and action with deep mental imprints. But in the 21st century, it's a corrupted data stream. When I started diving into the ancient texts, I realized the monks weren't just being kind to cows. They were protecting their own frequency. They knew that when an animal realizes it's about to die, its nervous system emits a final, desperate broadcast. This isn't just philosophy, it's biochemistry. That surge of adrenaline. It doesn't disappear when the meat is cooked. It stays there, a silent script waiting to be uploaded into the person who eats it. You wonder why you feel heavy, or why your thoughts are constantly in survival mode. It's because you are running on the energy of a creature that was trapped in a cage. You are literally manifesting the cage frequency in your own life. I remember the day I stopped. It wasn't because of a moral lecture. It was because I saw the system glitch. I saw that my anxiety was a direct echo of the violence I was subsidizing with my credit card. We've been told that we need protein to survive, but no one told us we were consuming trauma to stay alive. The Matrix wants you on this low vibe loop because people in fear are easy to sell to. They're easy to control. To break the script, you have to stop the download. You have to start feeding your system files that aren't encrypted with suffering. That's when the real biohacking begins. That's when you finally start to see the code for what it really is. Imagine Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, a being of godlike power, capable of shifting shapes and leaping across galaxies. Yet, with all his strength, he couldn't jump out of the Buddha's palm. Why? Because the Buddha wasn't fighting him. The Buddha was the space he was moving in. Your ego is that Monkey King. It's loud, it's rebellious, and it's addicted to the meat matrix. When you decide to stop consuming fear, the Monkey King inside you doesn't just sit still. It screams. It throws a tantrum. It tells you that you're weak, that you're losing your edge, or that life has become bland and colorless. This isn't just hunger, this is a spiritual rebellion. You see, for decades, your cells have been running on a survival script powered by the adrenaline of the fallen. When you cut that supply, the karmic parasites in your system begin to starve. They trigger cravings that feel like life or death emergencies. They manipulate your thoughts, making you believe that a plant-based life is a prison, when in reality, the prison is the loop of violence you've been paying for. In ancient Shambhala lore, warriors didn't just fight physical enemies. They fought the Asuras, the restless spirits of envy and rage within themselves. Every time you choose a high-vibration meal over a low-vibe one, you are engaging in this internal Shambhala war. You are literally starving the Asuras out of your DNA. But here's the twist: the more the Monkey King struggles, the more he proves how trapped he actually is. The very fact that you feel this resistance, this intense, visceral pullback to the old ways, is the ultimate proof that the fear frequency has a hold on you. You aren't fighting a diet, you are fighting a ghost that has lived in your blood for generations. And the battlefield? It's not in the kitchen. It's in the very fabric of your silence. Let's look at the data. Your brain's amygdala is a relic from a time when we were both hunters and prey. It's hardwired for survival. The Matrix knows this. It leverages this ancient Fear.exe to keep you locked in a low vibration loop. When you consume the flesh of an animal that lived and died in a state of terror, you are effectively running a stress simulation in your own blood. Your body interprets that adrenaline as a signal that you are in danger. This is the internal war your soul wants to expand, to vibrate at the frequency of love and clarity. But your biochemistry is shouting emergency. Every time you try to shift toward a plant-based vibration, your ego triggers a withdrawal symptom. It's not a craving for nutrients. It's a craving for the familiar high of cortisol. You've become addicted to the very hormone that is destroying your peace of mind. Think of it like an AI agent that has infiltrated your source code. This agent, let's call it, the shadow ego, feeds on the heavy, jagged frequencies of slaughter. It thrives in the gray areas of your anxiety. It whispers that you need strength, that you need to be alpha, that you need to dominate. But look at the world around you. Are the most aggressive consumers the most peaceful? No. They are the most restless. The Buddha described the human condition as being struck by two arrows. The first arrow is the physical sensation, the hunger, the habit. The second arrow is the one we shoot at ourselves, the mental story that we need this violence to survive. We are a generation bleeding from the second arrow. We are terrified of letting go of our chains because we've forgotten what our hands look like without them. But the glitch is becoming too loud to ignore. Your anxiety isn't a defect. It's a desperate SOS from your spirit, begging you to stop uploading the screams of the past into your future. The war ends the moment you realize the enemy isn't outside. It's the frequency you've been inviting to dinner. Here is the truth that the meat matrix has been hiding from you, the person staring at that steak, feeling that intense, primal craving isn't you. It's just a script. A biological algorithm composed of ancestral survival instincts, corporate marketing, and the lingering echoes of fear hormones from your last meal. For years, you've been a passenger in a vehicle driven by an outdated OS. You think you want the burger, but you are actually the silent observer behind the screen, watching a corrupted file try to execute its command. This is the big reveal. Enlightenment isn't about becoming a better person. It's about realizing you aren't the person at all. You are the space in which the person happens. When you look at a piece of meat and feel that pull, try this: don't fight it. Don't judge it. Just label it. Say to yourself, the fear frequency is attempting a download. Suddenly, the power dynamic shifts. You aren't a victim of a craving. You are a researcher observing a data point. In that microsecond of observation, the frequency shatters. The Asuras in your DNA lose their food source because you've stopped identifying with them. The action is simple, but it's the ultimate biohack. The next time you eat, choose a frequency that matches the person you want to become, not the animal you used to be. Every plant-based meal is a line of clean code. Every bite of vibrant, living food is a patch that repairs your hardware. You don't need willpower. You need vision. You need to see that the supermarket isn't a pantry. It's a library of vibrations. Stop checking the calories and start checking the consciousness. The exit from the matrix isn't a hidden door in a back alley. It's the choice you make at the end of your fork. You've spent your whole life being a consumer of ghosts. It's time to become a creator of light. Reset the system. Delete the fear. Your original frequency is waiting. And it's higher than you ever imagined.